goodness, Franny. Hello, baby. Come here, Snufflekins. Mwah. You boy.
Does
Who's a
anyone
silky
else?
boy?
Does anyone else have a VR set or setup?
Not anymore.
I can borrow my boyfriend's probably.
I would love for us to design our characters and one day do a session in VR chat.
Oh my gosh,
That'd be
so cool.
hilarious.
Franny, you let me rub
That'd
your
be
tum-tum.
fun.
Oh, 12 and 17.
Perfect. 12 for Boreal or for Marlin?
12 for Marlin. He's rolling better than last week, and 17 for Bordeaux.
Okay, perfect. And then Centurion and Arthur?
So Arthur got 16, Centurion got 15.
Perfect. So, Miss Mercedes, go ahead and roll me a D100, please.
E100. Coming
I'm
right
back. What I miss?
up. Find my other thing.
Oh, we're just jumping into questions. If you want to roll me 2 D100s.
2D1? Oh, right, because both of them.
96.
96.
Where did... What?
What is the proudest moment of the campaign for you so far?
Ooh. Oh. Let me think on that one. Let's see. One of them that comes to mind is standing up for Sidian when Mother Bassina was going ham and insulting
Aw.
him.
Aw.
Let's see. I think. Yeah, that's what comes to mind. But
Aw.
give me a rain check on. Let me give you a rain check on that. I might think of
Yeah.
another one here.
No worries. I like that moment. If you think of one better that you're like, no, this is what she's most proud of, feel free to jump in. But we will
Okay.
jump to Sidian and Onyx. What were your rolls?
I got a, let's see, for Sid, that was a 65, and then a 45 for Onyx.
20. The D20.
Oh, D20. You said just the
Did I say
D100, so I didn't.
My bad. D20.
Okay. Sid got an 8, Onyx got a 13.
Perfect.
No, I
Okay,
just rolled
so-
1. Sorry.
You can roll 2. That's
I-
fine.
Okay.
No. 2. Borodal, D100, please.
What was Centurion's response out of curiosity? Question and response.
We haven't gotten to him yet.
Oh, okay. I guess that was Arthur.
Borodal, D100, please. Sailor, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, there you are.
Awesome. 84.
84. Do you have a secret hunch on how you will die?
This was for Bordeaux, or was this for
Bordeaux.
Merlin? Okay, thank God. That would have been both telling and like confusing if it was the other guy.
Fair enough.
Yes, this is his secret fear. He's afraid he's going to die to his setup.
Okay.
Yeah, if he succeeds, he's afraid that others may be less than pleased and fix it.
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah, I can see that being a fear of his. Interesting.
It's not like super uncommon or anything. It's just
Yeah.
if it happened, it wouldn't, be shocker.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Is he talking about his honey badger setup? That's terrifying.
That's Marlin. Marlin's different.
Oh, right, you're asking Bordeaux. Sorry.
Yeah. So if it's Marlin's
a whole other thing.
Yeah.
No, he fears nothing about that. If he dies like that, he is like... Oh, no, he also wouldn't be surprised, but that's just... It's the risk you take when you work with badgers.
It's an interesting line in the context.
Oh. Great, though. Arthur, D100, please.
$67.
What is a reoccurring dream that your character has, if they dream at all? And this is for Arthur.
It's this dream. It's like someone called him and just left the phone, but no one's listening, and he could hear what everyone is saying, and he realizes it's his god, and he fucking butt dialed him.
Love it. I love it so much.
I hear Crystal just dying in the other room because she knows exactly what I'm talking about.
That's so great. I love it. I knew that would be his dream. Perfect.
Okay, because a little background here. My character in the other campaign with Crystal's character, the first night ever my character took night watch, he failed some sort of a constitution save, and for some reason throughout the entire night that's all he could hear, and it was driving him nuts, literally.
It was pretty great. Love it. I love the fact that it still haunts him.
Iconic. Dynamics like that.
Greatness. Thank you for that.
Anytime anyone tried to talk, he would just loudly interrupt because he couldn't hear them.
Oh. And then if I could get a D100 for Centurion.
What is 00 again?
Ooh,
That would be 100. Nice.
I guess 100?
Oh god. 100. If a statue of you is to be erect in your honor, what pose would you want it to be in?
Oh man.
For
Probably
Centurion?
better that he gets this.
Okay. Yeah, it is
Arthur.
better that he gets this than Arthur. It's just him right in front of the Bracina for Arthur.
Oh no.
Oh no. I don't see that as a statue being built other than by him.
No. Centurion, what would you want, or how would you want your statue to be displayed?
Does it have to be of him?
A statue of you is to be erected in your honor, so yes.
Well, I don't think he'd want a statue, honestly. I'll be honest, I don't think he'd want a statue, so if he had to, it'd probably be just the humblest look he has, which is his staff, and, what he kind of started the quest with, He doesn't really want anything fancy or anything.
Okay. I can see that. Nice. City and D100?
65.
65.
That's what I rolled. I'm just using what I had rolled before.
That's fine.
I assume that's okay, yeah.
I don't know if I asked this, but let's find out. If your character had a catchphrase, what would it be?
I feel like we've
Bingus.
getting a sense of deja vu with the Bingus. Bazinga. Is that trademarked yet?
Not in this world.
100%.
No, I'm not. No.
Are you sure though?
Is that trademarked yet?
What trademarked? I feel like I
Is
already
Bob
got
trademarked?
Yeah, I feel like I recognize this one,
Yeah.
but I don't. Man, I don't know. Because I can think of like things that he's probably said a number of times, but probably not like wouldn't be like a catchphrase. So I imagine that he probably swears
A lot.
whenever he's encountering a problem with his crafting.
I can see that. I can see that.
Which that'll just be what I think I go for now. But yeah, I'll get back to you if I think of something better, I guess.
That works.
City and no. City and yes.
Actually, no, City and yes. That's better.
Fair. You know what? I accept it. Accept it.
City and
Amazing.
yes.
Marlon, please roll me a D100.
Tyler, I think that's from Marlon.
All right, here goes nothing. That'd be 46.
46.
It's got a 45.
Okay.
So
How,
neat.
Marlon, you know a couple different languages. How is it that you came to learn them?
So the first step of learning any language is recognizing swears, specifically insults or that kind of talk
My
for
goodness.
Marlon. And he picked that up both growing up and as he continued his original occupation, which has not yet been shared.
Uh-huh.
And from there it grows, and sometimes it because it wasn't just learn one language first, it was slowly cherry pick from each of the ones he currently knows until he's got enough of an understanding of all of them to speak back.
Yeah, because like sometimes you want to have the context for the swears. Like, you could just have like motherfucker, or you could have like, you damn ugly motherfucker, and like you add on stuff before and after to make it, you know, punch above your weight.
Look, I'll put it this way: there are two people in different dialects, but they seem to be arguing at me, and I don't know if it's because they're trying to consider what's the better swear to call me, or the exact same thing.
I thought he would have learned from like Común sin barreras.
I don't
No.
think
That's
Spanish
like
is-
that's the wrong character. You're looking at Zimzu for that one.
What the
Fair
fuck,
enough.
man?
We did not delve a lot into like his.
Crystal is dying.
If you
We
wanted,
never got a chance to like really go into like the company he worked for and how they were trained along with his friends.
Oh,
It really was.
yeah. If you want, again, the offer is still open. If you want to join in with Waterdeep whenever we get that started up again, the offer is open. I very much would be interested to see what your reaction to the characters in there would be.
Man, I would. You know what? I might, but we'll see. Because my
Yeah,
schedule
no, obviously.
crystals.
That's fair. Well, it also would probably depend on whether we do that on Mondays or if we do that on Wednesdays. Because yeah,
No, that's why schedule is changing to Crystal's schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
In
see
the
what you mean.
afternoons.
So you could join in on both.
Yeah. Because I have a Kenku character.
Oh God.
Crystal knows which one I'm talking about.
Are you talking about Jin?
Yep.
Knew it. Aw.
Yep. He can mimic anything.
Love it. Onyx, T100, please.
45. One less than what Marlon got, which I feel like is kind of a little ironic considering what's going on between the two of them.
You should be forced to answer that in binary.
I can do it in a robotic voice. I don't think I can do it in binary.
I feel like I should ask you to roll again. Because this question is, where are you most comfortable sleeping?
Yeah, I'll roll again, but I'll
Roll
also just
again.
answer that one because
Next
doesn't
to my
sleep.
father's breast.
Okay, 43. These dice are determined to stay in the 40s, I guess. At least for this time. Yeah. 43.
What does
Sorry, Crystal was dying.
What does Onyx think their alignment is?
Probably true neutral, which I actually need to double check, but I think that's where I put him at. But like, I don't. That's an interesting. Actually, no. You know what? I think what he would think his alignment is lawful good because he's just following orders. He's trying to do good.
Also, is he aware of the alignment system as a concept?
I mean, I think this is just kind of abstracting like thoughts on morality using the alignment system.
I think Sid needs to read more about that wizard Asimov and his rules.
Definitely, like using the when the robots go evil, their eyes go red, sort of thing. Like he's like at least what I've got on the paper. Because again, I do think that I'd stand by that, but like the alignment on like his sheet is neutral, like true neutral. But like no, I think he views himself as lawful good.
Okay.
I really like the idea of
nudge that towards
Obsidian having made
lawful neutral.
this robot solely out of aesthetic.
Probably.
He's they cobbled together aesthetic right now.
It's a work in progress. Trust the process.
Yeah, like French.
I gotta see if I can find you guys the representing the alignment system with peanut butter sandwiches. Little mini short.
Oh yeah, like the open faced and like the. Isn't there one that's just peanut butter and jelly
butter.
on like the opposite?
There's one
like,
that's butter.
ends?
Delicious.
Butter.
Yeah, there's one that's like different
Butter
levels
sandwich.
of. Like butter would be like lawful good.
No, this is
and
just
chaotic
how
evil would
each
be
of
like,
those
what? Not butter.
people present to you their
Oh.
sandwiches. Like one of them, like just lawful good, just cuts the crust, like hands it to you, no problem, it's all good. The other guy just a normal sandwich. Chaotic good apparently says like, you know what? I swapped out the jam with honey. Try it, it's good.
Like, what do you do with the sandwich? Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Good questions. Good questions. Hope everyone's warmed up.
Everybody. Yeah.
But quick recap on what happened last time. You guys made your way to the tavern where you guys were talking. End of session. I'm just kidding.
And nobody argued at all.
No, it was totally peaceful and amicable the entire. No, there were definitely some sparks flying for a bit, but ultimately,
Not those types of sparks.
there are some sparks like that. There are all sorts of
All
sparks.
sorts.
Actually,
I'm just
that's-
saying,
So those sparks.
There were a
it's
lot
the
of sparks
weird.
flying.
You only argue with someone you really care about. Come on, it's just the way of the world.
There was some tension going on, and it was palpable.
Then I guess you and Sid are fucking in love.
I mean, it just seems to be there, and then it's gone. I just don't know if it's really real.
I feel like the
Or at
weirdest
least-
bit of the situation is like how he's like totally cool with Sid, but like Onyx, who is following Sid's orders, is like, no, this guy I have a problem with.
Well, to be fair,
You're-
it was
you're
Onyx
cool.
that almost killed him.
I'm just remembering the
Or
meme of like,
maybe he's just. Maybe since Onyx is a thing, maybe he's just in lust and not in love.
fuck you, you're cool, fuck you.
Oh my god.
Like that sort of meme.
But no,
I'm
you
not
guys,
saying that's how he left his last group, but just,
Fair enough.
You guys had a very interesting talk. You guys opened up to each other a bit. You guys found out a bit more about Arthur, and Arthur found out a bit more about you guys. You guys discovered that this barmaid was 100% telling the truth. She is not able to leave this building without falling asleep after a couple steps outside. She attempted to try, passed out, and you guys dragged her back in, where she then uttered concerns about supplies, that supplies are running low, especially considering the fact that she now has two dwarves, granddaughter and grandfather, who will have to watch out for each other because both of them now have fallen victim to whatever it is that's causing these thoughts of despair and solitude in them. It was decided that the issue of the supplies would be tackled in threefold. We'll have a couple people going out into the forest to forage and hunt for supplies. A couple people will go through the different houses in the area and search for any leftover supplies, food, rations, anything that might be helpful to them that they could bring in. And some people are going to go back to Sutton Outpost and ask them for supplies there to see if they have anything to spare, since it seems like these people, for now, until Sloth is defeated, are stuck here. A bit of some tensions flying when the group was trying to figure out how to split this party. Ultimately led to decision being Merlin and Borodal will go hunt, Mercedes and Onyx will go scavenge through the town, and Centurion and Arthur will go to Sutton Outposts.
That's it.
And City will go to Sutton Outposts and ask them for supplies. So that is where we will pick up. We will start with what I'm going to dub Group 1, Merlin and Borodal. You guys decided that you're going to go out and try to hunt for some meat, forage, for supplies. What is it you guys are doing?
I mean, I think that.
Wow, that's very in character.
No, okay.
Yeah, no. We're going out, essentially taking a quick trip outside. I have no idea. We're going to have to do the saving throw again as soon as we come back into the town, but we're leaving the outskirts, going into the quick forest and try and hunt us some game real quick.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me survival checks, please.
Okay, so 19 plus 1, the dirty 20.
Perfect. It is a little hard because this is a very mountainous terrain. Not a lot of wildlife is at this altitude and is able to survive this cold, but you do manage to hunt down a couple of small animals, enough to supply meat for probably about 2 days for them. Marlin, roll me a perception check, please.
Merlin, no problem. Perception, that's a nat 20, 24.
Perfect. It is very briefly and almost out of the corner of your eye, but you see this shadow of a black dog almost watching you. And it is very faint, but you smell what could only be described as the scent of the sea. It's almost salty in the air.
Damn it! I can't ignore that. I try and find the scent. I give all the stuff we hunted to Bordal and just ask him, just look, stay out of sight, but just keep an eye on me in case I get jumped. I need to go check something out.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll try and find the source of that, and if I can see the dog.
So you start walking off towards where you last see the dog, and it's in between a couple of sparse trees and some large boulders and rocks. But as you are walking closer to where you spot this dog, it starts to feel warmer, almost humid, which is a stark contrast to what you've been feeling this entire time you've trekked up this mountain. But by the time you get to the spot where you thought you saw this dog, there's nothing there. Roll me an investigation check, please.
That is a 12.
Merlin, at your feet, you realize that you're standing in dampened earth. Not enough to be mud, but as if someone just spilled a bucket of water or something on the spot that you're standing on.
And I don't see anything around here. Okay, well, my paranoia is kicking in, so I'm just going to take a quick step back, take out my axe, and just use it as a makeshift shovel and just start digging in this damp patch of earth for no reason at all.
Okay. You are digging, and the first kind of layer of dirt's relatively easy to dig through, mainly because it's already been dampened and a little bit softened. But as you keep digging, you realize that this soil is dry. After the first initial layer, it's cold and dry and very hard to dig through. You don't get the feeling that it's been disturbed recently.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. But before I put the dirt back, I do want to quickly check something in my inventory.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to grab a pouch of like 10 gold and a good berry, and I'm just going to rebury it. And then at the very end, after I patted all the dirt back, I'm just going to, with some of the twigs and other things, I'm just going to put a massive X on that spot. So it's very visible, like that it's been marked, and I'm just going to walk back.
Roll me one more perception check.
Uh, 19 total.
Perfect. As you turn your back once again, almost out of the corner of your eye, you spot something. It almost appears as if it's coming out of the ground where you marked that X. And it was very quick. It was only a second that it appeared before it sunk back down. But you could have sworn you saw this black tentacle just kind of pop out of the ground before sinking back down.
Ew.
It's just a long sigh and just keeps walking. Oh, he did add like a ration in there too. So it was essentially a good berry, a ration, and 10 gold.
Okay.
Yeah, he meets
Not get
up with
persuaded.
Bordal.
Perfect.
Oh, ye of little imagination.
No, that's the issue. I have lots of imagination, so that's what I'm saying. I better not get fucking adult in here with that tentacle.
I mean,
We'll see.
It's like you forget
can
what the
sit over
first
here
season of this series was.
you said 10
But yeah, no.
gold, a good berry, and a set of rations.
And a ration.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. That is how your guys' hunting went. The rest of it was rather uneventful.
That's unfortunate. I have something to do because I wanted to do this before we left. Sorry for that. Can I check with the blacksmith to test the idea we were talking about with the barkeep about would it be possible to coat weapons, like give them the edge of that blue material, the blue metal, the work stuff?
Yeah, so as you go into the blacksmith shop, you do see that the gnomish sailor there is still working away, pounding at some sort of metal in the back. It takes a couple of seconds before he notices that there's people in his shop before he hurries forward. Do you show him the blue metal?
Well, first I ask him if it's possible to like improve a weapon with like adding a specific type of metal to the weapon. I'm not sure how long it'll take or what he does, but I do eventually show him the worked rod.
He starts by explaining that yeah, it's possible to improve a weapon. I mean, it's happened before where we can coat a sword in a sharper metal or inlay something onto a weapon to make it sturdier so it doesn't break. I mean, it depends on the metals. And it's only until you show him the blue piece of metal that you had that his eyes kind of go wide. I've wanted to try this, but we were told there wasn't enough metal to try it, to not risk it. It would just be better to just make new weapons. And I mean, the weapons we make out of this stuff is pretty good to begin with. And now if I could improve on other weapons, I could use less of this metal to make it go around further and still achieve the same. Can I have this?
No.
But then how am I supposed to see if I can do this?
Well, I'm not just going to give you this to do stuff with. There's something I need you to specifically do. And also, how long would this take? Just because I don't know how long we'll probably be here, maybe another day or two at most.
I mean, I had other things. I still have to finish those skates for the rabbit guy. But I mean, this is... If I prioritize this, I can probably get this done by the end of tomorrow.
But I'd only be one weapon, right?
I would only be able to try it on one weapon, and there's no guarantee that it'll work. But if not, you'll just have a blue weapon.
That's not really a bad color to have as a weapon, I'll be honest. That'd be pretty cool. Happy with the blue axe.
So, keep this and your axe?
Tell you what, he's about to say yes before actually Bordal goes over to him and starts whispering something in his ear, and it looks like they start to have an argument. Bit of back and forth between that, and then he just says, okay, it wouldn't be possible to do 2 weapons, right? Just one?
If the weapons are small, maybe?
Well, just comparative size. I only need the axe head to be done, and I'd only need another. It'd be a sword. I don't even know what kind it is. I'd have to ask. Actually, they may not even say yes. I don't think she'd even want this. Come on.
It depends on the size of the weapons. Your axe is kind of big.
Thank you. Look, I'll let my friend ask first, just because he needs fucking starting. It's so much nicer to just be an asshole to everybody. Okay. I'm gonna put a pause in this, and you go find her and ask her. I will fuck it up if I try and ask her. And that's when Bordal will leave the shop and try and find Mercy really quick.
Okay.
Okay.
So, with that, let's go over to Mercedes and Onyx. You guys are breaking into people's houses and trying to steal their stuff.
I mean, yeah, but there's nobody here.
They're all
So,
either.
you know,
Matt, where can I join
abandoned.
your religion?
I mean, if nobody's here to use it and these people need it for now, might
Sign
as
up
well
with
help
Mother
them.
Basina.
Mercedes is like, have I
all right,
spoken
all right.
about the good word of saloon?
Out of curiosity, are we going to like the same? Like,
So, yeah.
I assume we're like going to
Searching
like
people's homes, looking for
together.
anything in the cupboards.
any like
Yeah.
equipment, medicine, food that they left behind.
Staple foods, especially things that'll keep. Dried goods, flour,
Okay.
Yeah.
And Sidian, you're also with Onyx and,
And-
Mercedes? Or are you
No,
with
interesting.
the
Sid-
outpost group?
Sid went back to Sudden Outpost with
Okay.
Arthur and
Yeah. Just want to make sure. So just Onyx and Mercedes looking through these homes, trying to find whatever non-perishable goods they could find.
and anything else interesting, I suppose. Keep an eye out for that.
that is also true. Thievery.
Go ahead and roll me investigation checks, you two.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm also. I don't necessarily want to say this, but for sure. But I'm assuming we're going to like the same home, checking over it together, and then like moving on. So like we're like sticking together. Or do you think it would be better to split up?
Split the
I
party
think
more.
Mercedes would be wanting to use Onyx kind of as a pack mule somewhat.
Fair
so
enough.
keeping him close by is a good idea.
I assume you said investigation? Okay.
17.
Yep.
16.
Perfect. So you guys find a couple of food that hasn't spoiled yet, that looks like it might last a little bit longer. Couple bags of flour, some salted meats. You guys find a lot of alcohol.
This can be used
Well,
to
good.
sanitize wounds and to numb the
Mhm.
emotional wounds, as I've heard.
Well,
Oh,
you don't
that's
want
sad.
to get too reliant
I
on that.
am not certain on whether it would affect me myself, but it is good to know for
I don't
others.
think it would. It is good to know, Onyx. And Mercedes will just be piling these on in his mechanical arms. How much can you carry, Onyx?
I am not currently at least designed for strength as much as combat itself. But I can carry a decent bit.
All right.
Decent amount. I assume they got like a
When your gears
box
and
or something to
hydraulics
carry
start
them.
to wear out, please let me know, Onyx. Yep.
Oh, I do not have gears and hydraulics necessarily. I am composed of a variety of different sources. Another time perhaps.
And I thought I knew what I was talking about.
No, it's appreciated that you are interested, but it's, as I believe Sidian would say in a situation like this, it's complicated.
For certain. And as Mercy gathers up these things, she'll take what she can carry as well, and I guess head back to the tavern to drop it off.
Midway through all this, maybe earlier on, but like somewhere in the middle, Onyx is gonna kind of be quiet for a little bit and then gonna ask, why did Marlon react the way he did?
What do you mean?
I am uncertain on what I did wrong.
It was just a big misunderstanding, Onyx.
I see. Are you aware of what should have happened?
If he attacks me, I went to bless him, and he thought that I was apparently threatening him, and he attacked me, and in return, I tried to fight back.
I understand
Now, Onyx,
that.
I don't know if you will obey any commands of mine, but please do not attack Marlon.
Oh, I will not attack unprovoked, but I have been given express orders to, if he tries to destroy you or myself, to retaliate.
Onyx, is there a way I can overwrite that if I give you the order to not attack Marlon on my
No.
behalf?
Is
Then
there...
can I at least ask you to?
I will consider it in the future. Is there... I don't know if I would be able to stop myself, but since it is one of my primary responsibilities, why do you not wish me to protect you if you come to harm?
Yes, but just in the case of Marlon, if it's him, I don't want things to get uglier than they already are.
To not complicate the situation. Sorry, yeah, that's a... I understand that. I will try to understand the situation more before retaliating.
Or you can just bring it up to Sidian next time. Ask him to change that bit of programming. Tell him I asked it, and maybe he'll do something about it.
I do not believe he will, from what I understand.
Well, would you just ask him, please, Onyx?
I will do so.
Thank you.
But my query still stands if there is time. Why does he seek to destroy me? After, from what I understand, things have been resolved.
Because you nearly killed him because you were programmed to protect me.
So even after things have been cleared up, he still seeks retaliation. Interesting.
Well, add that to your inner codex of information.
I will do so. I believe this
And maybe
coincides
one
the
of these
most
days
with.
you will understand.
I believe this coincides with what I understand revenge to be.
That would be it.
I'm interested in why this perpetuates in our current situation, but I believe we should start heading back shortly.
Yes.
Thank you for answering
Yeah.
these questions I have.
You're welcome, Onyx. And I guess we'll head
Start heading back, pile up.
back to the tavern.
It's mostly just booze, which I think they already have a decent amount of there, but you can never have too much booze, from what I understand, in a tavern, at least.
I'm just picturing Onyx like Bender, like I love looting, I love stealing things.
I know it, baby. The more he
Miss
drinks,
Mercedes and Onyx, as you guys are getting ready to head back to the tavern, you guys will kind of catch something in the last house that you're in. And up until now, all of these houses have been deserted, and it is eerie because all of the owners' belongings are still there. It doesn't look like anyone left or had plans to leave, but they just stopped showing up one day. Except for this last house that you're in. And as you guys are starting to gather up supplies, you guys will notice that there's not somebody there, but there is a body. Kind of slouched over.
Oh no.
In the kitchen area. Obviously, it's no longer living. But it's the figure of a small dwarven man just laid out in what was his kitchen.
Is there any distinctive types of wounds, or what happened from what we can tell?
If you guys can roll me a medicine check if you're curious.
Medicine.
So, +0, that is a whopping 6.
Wonderful.
This flesh is made of flesh.
18. Dirty 20.
Perfect.
I think Onyx was programmed to do the opposite of medicine, for the most part.
No wounds. He looks skinny. Mercedes, you will notice that his body shows severe signs of malnutrition. It is pretty much skin and bones. And
oh goodness,
the skin is jaunt on his face and his arms. You could see the ribs kind of poking out of his body. And it's odd because this house has food. There was stuff here that he could eat to keep himself going, but he died of starvation.
Like he didn't have the will to even eat.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Interesting. He seems... I am not certain this would be the result of the sin, it seems, correct?
I think this would be it. Is there anything nearby, a tablecloth, a curtain to use as a shroud?
There are a couple of small curtains that are hung up on the kitchen window. No tablecloth, though.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll take one of those little curtains, I suppose, and just reverently lay this man down, cross his hands on his chest, and cover him with this curtain, muttering any last rites, though it's too late.
Okay. Anything else you guys would like to do before you head back
Yeah.
to the tavern?
Onyx is just kind of stone cold observing at the moment. Interestingly, No, I think he's just observing for the moment. And just kind of observing. I said observing like 3 times.
Very observant.
Hey,
Onyx.
are you observing?
He's observing, he's not very observant.
Okay, just making sure that you were observing.
I think observing. I know what Onyx's catchphrase is.
Observing.
Kidding.
Wonderful.
Observing.
Observing. No, I'm kidding. No. Right,
yeah,
I remember
head
what I
back
was
to the
going to ask.
tavern with the food.
I remember what I was going to ask. Sorry. Are there any clues that we could tell of, like, obviously this is the only body that we found, but, like, was there any rush with, like, people leaving, or is it, or not, like, rush, I guess. Is there, like, are the houses in disarray, or are they just, like, normal, how you would expect them to be?
So, with your guys' investigation check, as you guys were kind of searching through these houses, it didn't look like there was any kind of turmoil or rush. It looked normal, like too normal, as if at any second, like, the owners could just come back to the door and, like, nothing happened. If it wasn't for the layers of dust, some of the food going bad, little signs that show that this place has been deserted, it looked very lived in.
Interesting. He observes that. But no, I think, yeah, unless there's anything you want to do, back to the tavern.
I think so.
Cool. Cool.
So we will
Sorry.
Mercedes, as you guys, you and Onyx are heading back towards the tavern, you see Borodal coming out of the blacksmith shop.
Ah, fancy seeing you here.
Ah, Miss
You said
Mercedes.
Chill.
fancy?
Hello, Mr. Onyx.
Yes.
I have I don't know if it'd be a request, more of an opportunity, if you care to hear me out.
Onyx
right.
kind of cocks his head to the side. Like, curiosity.
Well, my companion and I have currently been informed that an opportunity has arisen to improve a weapon that, as far as I've noticed, only 3 in the current group use consistently. Others seem to conjure their own and often use other weapons, so the choice would really be between the 3 of you, and if you would like, as our time only permits this to happen only once, a chance to improve your current weapon.
As intriguing as that idea is, I feel as though that may be crossing the line, defacing this sword, which, while I do use it, it is a relic still.
Oh, so you
I
don't wish to find a way to improve it?
don't think so, because, if it was gifted to me by my goddess, then how could it be anything but up to her standards?
Sidian rolls his eyes through Onyx.
That's programmed. As soon as she says those words, it's programmed into him.
No, he
You're
doesn't
on
do it.
That's like looking at.
He doesn't even have to think about it.
It's
I
like a
think this
stock,
feels like
animation.
can I put some more jewels on the Holy Grail and be like, but why? It's already the Holy Grail. That's kind of her mindset.
I guess my question would be,
Already.
if this is a new way, as I understand, this is only a recently discovered form of improvement, so I don't know if this was something that has already been tried, or I'm unsure if they frown upon tampering with their works, I suppose. I can't say I'm entirely well versed in the realm of the divine or how they view what they gift to. I'm assuming you're one of theirs.
I believe you.
I'm sorry, you lost me on that.
He's basically asking, so is it a rule that you're never allowed to alter your blade in any form?
Well, it's not.
Sorry.
It's not an expressed rule exactly. It's just I
would only ask that you confer this in some way, if you can, with either them or someone else, if you're not going off of a direct order, because if this is in fact an opportunity to improve, this may, and I hear this often enough, the opportunities presented are often their work and their help on your path. I have no idea if that's true or not.
I mean, I certainly suppose that could be true. I'll have to meditate on this a moment.
I'm interested. Do you sharpen your blade? And is that not a form of altering it?
Is that a question to me?
Yeah, no, that was Onyx asking.
Oh, yes. Well, of course I sharpen it. Unfortunately, repeated use requires that it must be refined just a little.
I understand. But I'm curious, is that...
Or I could be pulling this out of my out of my butt. Crystal, have I had to sharpen this sword?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's not like, because usually it's the like top tier magical weapons that require 0 upkeep. They can be left for thousands of years in like a tomb or a dungeon, and they pop out good as new.
Stuck
Normal
into a
stuff
stone.
has to be like maintained.
Stuck into a stone without any problem. Left there.
I swear, dude, those Excalibur's just like a legendary +3 that just, yeah, I could have left this in stone or in a volcano or in a mountain and it'd be fine.
Yeah, a lady gave it to me from a lake, and it was just sitting there for like 1,000, like an eon, from what she said. So I'm just not certain how the upkeep process goes with this one.
Yeah, no one actually knew that in the Sword in the Stone, he pulled it out, but if he turned it, it actually showed that the stone was actually a giant lock that was going to open a giant portal.
Anyways.
But yeah, Mercedes, you have had to sharpen it and upkeep with it, because it has dulled. Used it.
Feels
Again,
risky.
I know this is his olive branch, but he's honestly like he knows it's a long shot, but he's trying his best to like help mend things. But
See how that goes.
and this might not even work. It might just make her sword blue.
Don't you want a cool blue sword?
I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Just a blue lightsaber sword when she lights it up.
Funny you should mention lightsabers.
I mean, it's already moon touched. I don't know. And wait, is there only time to improve one weapon in this way? Because if there's somebody else who really wants it, then they should do it.
As I understand it, there are only 3 people who use melee weapons consistently. As I understand, your brother tends to conjure his own. Our other friend seems to prefer his own hands and conjure his own weapons. So I'm not sure this upgrade can be applied. Only Merlin, yourself, and Mr. Onyx here seem to use physical blades.
If you are uncertain, we could create, and we want to try the process. It seems like this is still experimental. I can do both. I can have a consistent blade, or I can create my own. So it would not affect me if he was to take a sword that he has in his store and use this process on it, and then I can try the weapon out and see if it works. And if it does not work, then I'm not affected.
It may not work out great that way, but we can definitely try that. But it'll just be someone else using the weapon.
I just don't know what'll happen.
No, that's perfectly fair. And again, this was just an offer. And
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I'm him hauling around.
No, you're good.
No,
It is
that
an
would
offer.
definitely be Mercedes doing it, though. She would definitely struggle over this decision.
oh yeah, no,
Whoa.
this could be
Yeah.
something good. This could be something terrible. This could make no difference at all. We don't know.
So Mercedes is going to politely decline and say, I don't think that I should do this. I feel that I should decline. So I would suggest offering this opportunity to someone else until my lady shows me otherwise, that it is all right for me to do this to this weapon. Then I will not deface it by trying to possibly gamble and improve it. But thank you.
Oh, that's very fair.
Thank you,
Onyx-
Bordal. I appreciate it.
Onyx
course.
is going to look to Bordal. Were you interested in this, or did you wish for someone else to try this out?
No, someone else was already going to. I just made the suggestion as an attempt to mend fences, as it were. But I think it would be best if we just let it go naturally, for the time being, anyway. Don't suppose there's anything else, another weapon or something else you'd like that you'd try to get made. Just asking for a friend.
I don't think so.
And Onyx, just so I'm just for an idea for later, if you were to say, no, I might have to speak with Sidian and deal with this at the same time. If we were to say build a set of armor, would it be possible to integrate it into you?
Yes, it actually would. My
That
chest,
is an idea for later.
my
Temper
chest.
it down a little.
I would be interested in this, discovering what this would bring. My chassis is actually currently made from used armor from Sutton Outpost.
I mean, if all goes well and things go as I hope they do, there might be some opportunities in the future to improve you and hopefully improve the relations of the team, as it were. But thank you both for your time. I will not keep you any longer. And he bows and walks back into the shop. Yeah, so they're going for the axe head, and then there's just a long "I told you so" from Merzus. Yeah, Merlin. What the hell? Yeah, Merz is actually in there too.
Merz is there too. He also said, "I told you so."
Yeah, yeah. No, it's those two are the biggest naysayers out of that little trifecta.
Okay. So Ash will go ahead and take the longsword, or take the great axe, take the metals, and scurry back to his forge, where he eagerly starts working on this project. You quickly hear a "come back tomorrow."
Yeah.
Will do. Also, and he just, like Marlon points to Bordeaux, don't mention this to Ears, because I think we just bumped his order back one, so let's not mention that.
We'll see if the skates get done. But yeah. Do you two now head back to the tavern?
That's it for us. Come on, give us that thing. Come on, Sid, Arthur.
Perfect.
We'll
So
see.
then we will go with the third group of Sidious,
Woo!
Centurion, and Arthur. You guys teleport back to
You
Seven
promised us
Apples.
seduction.
God damn it.
Mother Bustina.
I will say, as the little
Gross.
precursor, as they're walking up to the teleportation circle, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He does kind of. He keeps staring at Centurion, if you will. Not in a lustful way, but more curious.
A little bit of a lustful way. I'm just kidding.
And then
We'll see.
after they get off, he just continues staring.
I'm actually going to ask Arthur before we use the circle. Have you done this before with this sort of system?
And he just kind of looks at him. Yes.
I kind of want to roll an insight check, but I also don't know if Sid cares enough at the moment.
He says, I have teleportation circles back in my monastery, but for the sake of security, I decided to walk.
Who's asking Centurion?
No, I was asking Arthur. I know he's done it before because I was with him when he did it in the past.
Yep. You have. Remember, we have gates. That'd be the closest thing to a teleportation circle.
So yeah, and he says, "Are they like gates where you have the seal and you have to transmutation magic, right?"
Sounds like you've got something a little bit different, but somewhat similar. Have you used or been around a teleportation circle spell?
No.
So, and he kind of just looks at him. I've been in this universe for less than 24 hours.
I don't know what you have and don't have that's the same as it is here as it is there. So that's why I'm asking to begin with. I'll take that as a no, though. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, you just get onto this. It's not the same as the spell, but it's similar. You get onto the circle and then think about the location that you want to go to. Is it? Do you have to say the name? Is that what it was? I think we determined. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Say the name of the place that you want to go to. In this case, it is Sutton Outpost. It should be fine this time, since we are going to just be going together, but I just want to make sure you know in case something happens in the future, or just for future reference.
Okay. Why don't you go first?
Well, we can all go together. Unless you want to go separately.
No, that's fine. That's fine. And he just kind of like cautiously steps onto the circle.
Sid will say, assuming all of us are on, Sid will say set now post and transport them there.
Perfect. The floor beneath you starts to light up as these runes beneath you glow a very pale white light before you guys are transported. In the blink of an eye, you guys look and you guys are back in Sutton Outpost.
I will say, when you get there, it looks like Arthur's gone because he was in the middle of you two.
In between
And then,
us,
like a second later, he slams onto the ground face first.
like he fell.
Yeah, like he fell.
Did he try to jump when it happened?
No, for some reason, when he teleported about 5 feet from where the ground was.
Out of context, is this like something from your campaign, like or I don't know?
This just
This
feels
is
like a Futurama
making this
reference,
universe-
honestly.
This is how I'm making this universe and that universe work. They're parallel universes. But that one, if they were in the same universe, would be about 5 feet higher than yours.
Everything's just 5 feet above. All right.
Sky, what do you say?
Odd.
You know what? Sure. Arthur slams face first into the ground. Boop.
And he just kind of like gets up, shrugs the dust off.
Sid
It's
chuckles,
very-
but tries to hide it. Tries to
This
stop.
is very much not the first time he's landed like this. As he kind of just dusts himself off and gets ready to start walking again.
Very nonchalant there, but all right. You
He does look over at Centurion, and before Sid looks like he's gonna say something. He puts up a finger, and he said to Centurion, "You know, I'm assuming. Why did you come here?"
That's
To which
this-
Centurion would reply, "Because I have the most hands to carry things."
Oh, I don't know if you've seen his. And he just kind of like puts his hands up and kind of flexes them a couple times.
Woo.
No, I mean like whatever this mission is. If you can't, and then he kind of gestures himself up and down, maintain. Centurion kind of looks mad at first, but then it very quickly turns to almost like sadness or depression. He looks at Sidian and says, "And you guys, like, he's always been like this?"
Sorry, Arthur's asking about like.
He's like, "You guys just let some burnt guy into your group?"
We're figuring things out as we're going along. Again, this is the second time we're doing all this, so he wasn't burnt before, and kind of like looking, like leaning forward, looking past Arthur to Centurion. Like, I've tried asking about it, but he doesn't really want to talk about it, which is his choice. I'm not gonna twist his burnt arm.
I think by this time he kind of like stops Centurion from walking, and he says, "You know, even if you are a pack mule, you should definitely be strong enough to be the Patnu. And he takes out his violin. And it looks at first like he's going to start composing because he's like tuning the violin. But then he hands it off to this invisible hand along with his bow, which starts playing a very low droning sound. And you see Centurion for the first time in days just finally look relaxed, calm. And Sidian will notice that, definitely notice, as he puts up his hands to almost like do cure wounds. He does the same thing to Centurion that he did to the group at the end of the first arc.
Interesting.
The thing
that Centurion did.
Right. To like.
Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
And as he does this, you see the small parts that are exposed quickly start to heal over, look healthier. Same thing with the rest of the exposed parts. Before he finally finishes the drum, and you just see it almost looks like a shadow falls off of Arthur. And I was gonna do cure wounds, and I'm just flavoring it like that.
Okay.
And he just kind of looks at him and is like, "There you go. That looks a lot better. I don't look like shit."
Has this like healed some of the burn? This actually like succeeded in healing him?
He healed almost all of the burns. His fur is even back a little bit. And Centurion is obviously perplexed.
Wow.
Yeah, Centurion is obviously perplexed, but before he can say anything, he looks to Sid and says, "All right, let's go get shit."
Is that Centurion or Arthur that says that? I assume Arthur.
Sorry. He looks at the Arthur looks at Sid and says, "All right, let's go get some shit."
All right.
Sidian, Arthur, and Centurion, as you guys start to step out of this platform,
What's the reaction?
Will notice that there are whispers kind of going around you. And Centurion and Arthur, this is very familiar. You guys remember something similarly happening when you guys came back from Lust? And it isn't before people recognize you, Centurion, and you, Sidian, that these whispers start to get louder and more excited.
Oh no.
You hear things of, they're back. They defeated another one.
Oh boy, yeah, that's.
No. Did not think of that.
Let me see what his reaction would be if he's gonna try and like stop them or just ignore them. Yeah, Sid is gonna kind of have like an awkward expression on his face, kind of turning towards Centurion. I assume they kind of like having like similar thoughts. He's gonna like kind of. Sid is gonna kind of like put his hands and like kind of do like a calming motion with like the forming crowds. Like we're just coming back for some stuff. I don't know if that's gonna work at all.
Arthur is just loving the attention.
Oh no!
He's enamored with it.
What was Sky saying?
It doesn't look like it has any effect on this crowd.
Yeah, that's fair.
It isn't until this small woman pushes her way through.
Oh no.
Oh, you guys are back. That was faster than last time. There's less of you this time. Oh. No, we're not dead. We're not. He's gonna kind of like whisper to this one. We're not done yet. So can you make sure that this doesn't get? We're working on it. Not. What do you mean by you're not done yet? And her voice kind of elevates and carries around this crowd.
Man, this
Think
old. I thought I could.
I think Arthur using telekinetic shove kind of like comically shoves him out of the way to introduce himself.
Okay, yeah. Is there some way I can resist that, or is that
Roll me a strength check.
strength check? Definitely is his area of expertise.
Absolutely.
That's a 9.
That is a
no.
resounding no.
He tried at least though,
You did try. You did try.
which is what counts.
Yeah.
And before he introduces himself to who is this again?
This just I think is. Oh, sorry, yeah.
And this is someone that you don't know, but the other Arthur and Centurion will remember as Lisa, the one that was taking care of the children during the first one.
Right. Oh, she's an old lady. I thought she was like middle aged.
A short lady.
Oh, just a short lady. Okay.
Short lady.
Well, he graciously puts his hand out and tries to charm her and say, "My name is Arthur. These two have graciously opened up their home to me, as well as the town that is."
I'm gonna like put my hand on his shoulder.
What was that thing's name you're fighting? What was that thing again?
I'm gonna try and like pull you away at this point.
We're trying to fight that sloth thing, right? And we came upon a town.
I am trying to pull you away.
I myself literally came up on a
Roll
town.
me a strength check, please.
I assume I need to do in kind.
Yes, please.
Yes. Dice does not want to get grabbed.
The Sidian or
Both of
I think we're rolling contested. That was a 17. Actually pretty good.
towards me?
Yes.
Yeah,
You could
we're
do a
doing
strength
contested,
check,
at least.
please.
Oh, give me one sec.
Should have used like disguise self or something.
What if I got also 17?
This is everything
Roll
I
off.
wanted.
Yes, please.
Roll
Go
again.
ahead
We
and
both roll
me
again.
Another d20. Yep.
Ten.
Ouch.
I got a nat 20.
Wonderful.
So I assume it's like I start to yank you away and then
Yeah.
like you break free.
Yeah, there's very
You start
much
to yank me
Arthur-
away, and then you feel an invisible hand just grab you by the face and push you away. But yeah, he continues saying, so we were fighting that sloth thing when we came up on this town. Me, myself, literally came up on this town. And well, they're in dire need of food. Feel like I'm missing something. Points back at Sidian. Cursed. They're cursed, so they can't come back here. So we're taking food there. And am I missing anything?
We're working on it. Sid just tries to kind of like break up until I assume a growing, forming crowd.
Yeah, it's still kind of getting bigger and bigger, except now you hear whispers of they failed. Half of their team's gone.
Nobody's died. When he hears that.
I'm not dead.
It isn't
Yet.
until you hear this loud, booming voice kind of echo over the crowd
Yeah.
of enough.
Please be like the captain and not Mother Messina.
It is the captain.
Oh, please be Mother Bassina. Oh, thanks.
It is the captain, as he kind of makes his way
Arthur's fine
forward
with either one. It's okay.
and asks, "What is going on here?"
We've come to talk with you.
He
How
will
much taller is he?
Oh, he's like 6'7". He's big.
Oh, he's gonna try and flirt with him, isn't he?
No, but he just needs to know what kind of atmosphere is just coming.
Yeah.
Very much intimidating. He will shoot a look over to Lisa, who then works on crowd control and getting everyone back to whatever they were doing before.
Yeah. When she turns around, Sid's just gonna stare at Lisa and go like, "What the fuck, Lisa?"
Do you say that out loud?
No.
Good.
I'd probably mouth it.
Good. But the captain will just look at you three before saying, "Follow me then," and will lead you back to his office / quarter / meeting room that, once again, Sidian and Centurion, you guys are familiar with. That is where he
As
left
Arthur
you last time.
follows, he says, "My safe word is pineapples."
Who does he say this to?
Commander.
Okay. Sid pinches his brow.
For the
He is
first time
ignored.
ever, so does Centurion.
Yeah, Arthur is ignored. But he will gesture you guys in, close the door behind you guys.
I whisper to Centurion, "We need to get him a muzzle," pointing to Arthur.
Arthur says, or Centurion says, "We need to find." Oh, yes, muzzle, because he obviously works, and he points at himself.
I can build one. I just need the time, and unfortunately, I don't think that's our top priority. So it's
and then,
damn near close.
Centurion and Sid will hear in their heads. Once again, I have my own muzzle. Once again, my
Put it
safe
on.
apples.
So, you two are back.
The others are fine. We made it to the first checkpoint after our travels and came upon the first settlement on our trek.
Keep, yes.
Yes. Things there are not looking good. The population is dwindled down to only 4. I think it's 4. 4 people that had stayed there. Picked up a couple of people on the way though, including this one, pointing to Arthur.
It's Suicideville over there, yo.
Yeah. The people that are there are starving, and, well, not starve, but they're running very low on supplies, and they are not able to leave due to one of the effects of sloth. We were hoping to be able to both report back to you and get some supplies so they can last until they are freed from sloth's influence.
I think Centurion would interject also and say, and we also advise against sending anyone through that city. Anyone that steps within the city bounds will also become affected.
Yes.
If for some reason you absolutely have to send people, make sure they're strong-willed.
Yeah, strong enough will to be able to resist the sins. Not necessarily the highest. They don't need to be able to get like right up next to the sins. We've talked before about how their effects become stronger the closer you get, but just make sure you're not sending any civilians or any low-level soldiers.
Let me make sure I understand. You and your party came upon a town that had a population of almost 100 shrink down to 4 because of the effects of this sin. And instead of going after this sin,
No, we're still planning on doing that.
you guys decided to take a day to gather supplies for 4 people. Supplies that we don't have.
Oh, hey, Kenny.
Yes, please
Who's
tell me she
preview
shows up
text?
there.
She's here.
She shows up at Sutton.
What, Kimmy?
For all we
We've been
know.
Blessed.
She's muted. I don't know if she knows she's muted.
I thought you guys were playing, and I didn't want to like disturb you guys.
Oh, no, we
So I
are.
sneaked on.
We are.
Yes.
We are. We're still gonna freak out.
Miss K! Oh my goodness!
You haven't
Yeah,
heard?
so my Wi-Fi is super shit right now, and any Wi-Fi I do have, Craig's fucking using it all.
Oh, that's rough.
Aw,
Good
tell him
man.
to share, the bastard.
Yeah, he's I don't know, he's just, you know him and his games.
Is he playing League of Legends?
I think so.
Disown him.
Not worth it.
I told him I'd concede the internet because he picked me up from the storm, so I was like, that's fine.
He should be doing that anyway. He should be picking you up from
Yeah.
the storm anyway.
Mhm.
What?
God.
There shouldn't be any stipulations.
I don't think that's not like a guys. That's so sweet. That's like just a observation.
That's like, great offer. I will be a decent human being. You will give me Wi-Fi.
I
Well, give me
demand the
one.
Wi-Fi so I can play my trash game.
Craig. I got Kin up here, so if you want to let Nala out. Thank you.
We're all teasing, by the way. Kind of.
You
Kind of
missed
not
it.
really.
I introduced my. You missed it. I introduced my pansexual bard character.
Yeah,
I
there's
know,
been
I only just met that character, and I'm like, damn it.
there's been stuff. We split the party, but this time in a good way, hopefully.
Maybe.
He hit on Mercy. He hit on Bordal.
He's hit on the captain now. That was like
Sort of.
Like-
Oh,
2
wait, that's
minutes ago.
actually-
Um,
Oh, spoilers. Okay.
I mean,
sort of.
you're in the campaign.
Yeah, it's
I
not
know,
a
but I have
spoiler.
to.
Uh,
I have
Yeah.
to watch it. I have to watch it.
Oh my god.
Haven't caught up on the thing you were part of.
Yeah, I know. I'm
That-
so far behind.
Fair.
And the sticker pages look amazing, by the way. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So excited for you guys to get them. I'm so happy with them. Ah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
But yes. Also, y'all need to get your I know we're live, so anyone who's live who hears us, you're actually invited as well if you can figure it out. But to those here, important. I don't know what's happening, but you guys need to get your fucking passports together for next year. It's not happening in Canada anymore. It's happening in Jamaica.
Yay!
Jamaica. Okay.
Ah.
That's a pretty big
Oh,
change.
this got
Okay, that's
that
good.
got interesting.
100%.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Jamaican vacation. Okay.
Jamaica?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah!
Somebody weed on the
dope.
Oh
beach.
goodness.
I was about to say that's a whole nother hemisphere, but it's not.
It's okay. It's okay.
Close.
Damn,
Close.
dude. Damn, dude.
Oh, that's even further.
Let's
Guys, I'm
not.
gonna walk down the aisle in
Not for
a fucking
for us.
dinosaur costume in the fucking heat of Jamaica.
Yeah, you're gonna be
Yeah.
boiling. Gonna be boiling like some, I don't know, potatoes.
Like the dinosaurs who died.
Not all of
Are you-
them. We still have
are you-
birds.
Are
It's
you
true.
going to be serving dino nuggies at your wedding?
Should.
I'm sorry.
Dino nuggies and barbecue sauce. She earned them.
Oh my god, that should be like the appetizer, like the thing that like before the dinner thing. Oh,
With a fountain. Instead of the fountain of chocolate, it's a fountain of barbecue sauce.
God, that would be horrible, but great at the same time.
Oh god.
I'm definitely running my wedding plans through you guys just to make sure.
Oh, I'm so excited. That sounds so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for it.
We need to get Gordon Ramsay, not so he can cook, but so he can grimace at everything that we're eating.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I
I
missed you guys.
can't
Oh,
imagine-
your voices.
Miss you too, girl.
Come back to us.
Hopefully,
Hey.
it's like winter's almost over.
I know.
Hmm.
It's rough.
No. Yeah, it's been on and off snowstorm after snowstorm, so I'm like, okay.
Getting a lot of snow up in Canada.
Yeah, you'd think we'd be used to it by now.
Got the infrastructure and all that. But nah.
Canada.
Canada.
I mean-
Mhm.
Nothing's fallen. Nothing died. No one, like, no. Yeah, the star strip. I can't talk. I'm too happy.
She forgot how to mouth.
I mean, she can mouth without knowing how to mouth.
No
No
one
Exactly.
says it had to make sense.
Exactly.
Don't let me distract you guys. I want to hear what's going on and try to figure it out. Please keep going. Don't
Alright,
let
I'm
me.
gonna-
Okay.
Hold
Now
it
that
They're
it's
getting
here.
chewed out by the captain. So
Actually, we do have a good inroad.
So, from what I told you last time, couple of things.
Yeah.
Party
Like,
arrived.
mhm. There was some crying. The last thing I remember, there was
Yes.
some crying, and
Yes.
I know that my character is fucking drowning in alcohol. That's all I know.
Your character is passed out right now.
Makes sense.
She has awoken to 10 gold, a good berry, and a ration.
Who did
What
I
kind of
fucking
fucking
sleep
dream
with?
did you have?
Yeah,
Having a good time, I guess.
and that's at the foot of her bed. But we'll get
Oh,
to you.
Oh.
I already added it into your character sheet.
Aw, thank you.
But yeah, we'll get to you in a little bit because that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Don't mind me, because I don't know how long I'm gonna have my the internet for. So I'm just here to listen. I just want to say hi. And if I dip, because it's the Wi-Fi, but I'll try to get back on, or I'll just chill quick.
Oh, well, it's good to
Good.
hear from you, Miss K.
Good to
I
know.
miss
Good
you
to know.
guys.
Nice to hear you again.
I know, I miss you guys. I've been talking to
Mhm.
your character sheets to make myself feel better. It's actually really
Any-
sad.
Any
Because
exciting
I've
developments?
It's been very interesting. I've had, because I'm trying to make sure all of you have different facial expressions. So I've talked to your characters, be like,
Mhm.
what type of face would you make in this situation? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, no.
Apparently, I'm angry. Apparently, I'm angry.
I
You
have
like the
a
angry
few.
face.
Everybody has at least, I think, one angry face. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, Siler's got one. Sky has one.
Only one?
Lunar has one. Yeah. Everybody's got one. Don't worry. Heidi's is the cutest angry face, I think, personally. Personally, one of my
tracks.
favorite ones. Because it's not
I
angry,
mean,
it's
I
just...
agree. I'm looking through the little scrolly thing so far. It is really
My guy looks like he's gonna murder someone.
cute. Oh, these are
That was the point.
adorable.
Also tracks.
I was just I was trying to remember Vegas, and I was trying to remember how things were, and I pulled some inspiration from the escape room for some of the faces. It's just how we all had to deal with it. And I was like,
That is
yeah, that's...
Yeah.
that is very fair.
I was just posing the whole time.
A good way to get inspiration.
right.
But we were getting scolded by the captain.
Yes, scolding. So wait, what captain, what? Where are you guys? How did this happen?
Remember the teleportation
Sutton.
circles that you refused to use?
Yes. Well, yes. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. That's
yeah.
the thing for it.
That's the thing.
Yeah, there was one in the city, town, place, whatever.
Okay. And you activated it.
Oh no, it was
It's been
activated. Yeah.
But
Oh.
they finally used it.
Okay.
They used it to get
So,
back to Sanapa.
I think Arthur would kind of raise his hand as the captain is yelling or scolding people.
Yes.
Do you have the time
The time
To talk about our
for
Lord
what?
and Savior.
Do you have the times?
The time for what?
The time right now. Like if I was to say to you, like I did, hey, what time is it? You would respond, and then he does like with a hand gesture.
A little after midday.
Okay, all right. So it took no time at all for us to go take the teleportation pad, come here, tell you of this news, let you know about this update, go back to the teleportation pad, and then leave. Not even miss 24 hours.
We've only been there observing for like, I assume, I don't know for sure. Has it been like, I assume like 2, maybe like 3 hours, 2.5?
3 hours, maybe 4, with the whole mine thing.
We have not been there all day.
So he's like, and he's like, I'm just literally new here. I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like a date. And it does sound like other people need help, you know? So I don't see the issue here. He is trying to use his charisma to be like cute and matter of fact, kind of.
Some of the people that we are wanting to make sure are safe are also crafters that we want to make sure that they can use their skills moving forward. They're not just average civilians. Blacksmiths, miners. And they found a valuable new resource. And actually, Sid reaches into his bag of holding and takes out, not like the thumb-sized piece, but like a decent-sized chunk of this new ore and kind of puts it on the table in front of them. It's a new mineral that they discovered actually only a few weeks ago since we lost, but after we lost contact. It makes... Is it more durable as well as sharp, or is it just sharp blades? It's capable of making some of the sharpest blades that I've ever seen. So I think it should come in handy.
Arthur goes slap chop commercial. I mean, these are the sharpest blades you'll ever see. Sharper than a razor. You want to cut some apples? You want to cut some oranges? You just want to make a fruit salad? You can do that with this. Get yourself some cabbage, some tomatoes, bam, coleslaw.
Arthur, as you were talking, the captain raises his hand, and suddenly there's no sound coming out of you.
Thank God.
However, he still hears me saying the same thing.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, bitch.
Who?
He uses the magical hand on the ground to write pineapples.
Actually, real quick, I want to... Sid is actually interested in this. Is this... I might need a roll for this. Is this like a thing? Like, I don't know what class he is. Is he... Or he might be like a paladin, but like, I don't know if I've seen him use a whole bunch of magic before. So this is interesting.
You haven't.
Just real quick,
So-
detect magic.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'll just do detect magic. Or do I need a roll as well?
No. So you cast your detect magic, and yeah, you will notice that there is an illusion spell placed over Arthur.
Illusion. Interesting.
Yeah, so, like I said, Arthur writes pineapples in the dirt on the ground.
He does not do anything. You are still stuck there. Silent. But the captain will turn towards the other two, Centurion and Sidian, and ask, are these 4 people truly valuable enough that you're willing to sacrifice the lives of 4 others here at Sutton Outpost?
We're not saying that. We have other measures in place to make sure that they are able to be fed. The others stayed behind to do some hunting real quick, both for our own purposes and theirs. And Sid is actually, like, side note, Sid is pulling that out of his ass. He knows that everything that they're hunting is going directly to them. And to search for supplies in the city. And to see what happened. We're not hoping that it comes to that, but just something more than nothing would be appreciated by them and us.
You both know the status of Sutton Outpost. We cannot afford to give out food we do not have. If they are unable to make it here, then I think your time is better spent stopping whatever it is that is preventing them from leaving.
Can I roll an insight check to see, like, obviously I can't, like, determine, like, what's going on exactly, but, like, can I try and pick up, like, is this more about us, like, not getting the job done, or is this more about, like, the direness of the situation?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Let's see. Insight. Natural 20.
Perfect. Based off of his words and certain emphasis on certain parts of his speech, Sidian, you're able to determine that it's not so much an issue of limited resources or he doesn't want to help. He wants this job done quickly. And
Interesting.
he's a little aggravated that you guys are spending time away from your main mission.
Interesting.
Centurion, I think, would interject at this point and say there is one more thing. And kind of like throwing Arthur under the bus. Him. She just appeared and seems completely unaffected.
So you want us to keep
He doesn't
him
care.
here to study him?
He sighs and says, "A tool is a tool. We were only trying to offer something."
If nothing else, this is a quick trip to just let you know what to expect if we don't make it. He kind of saying that, glaring, like, almost cockily, not cockily, like, giving him a glare, like, as he says that. Not necessarily trying to, like, I don't want to roll an intimidation necessarily, but, like, I'm trying to, like, do that sort of, like, do you want me to roll? I'll roll if you want me to roll.
You could try it.
I'll roll just in general.
Go ahead.
It's an 11.
Not even close.
Yeah, I don't think he's intimidated, but that's not really the point here. But yes, if nothing else, at least you know a bit more about the situation there. Enough is enough. We've done what we came here to do, gentlemen. Which he says gentlemen very like gentlemen, like that sort of way. We've got something I want to grab, and then we can head back.
The captain dismisses you and allows
No,
you to leave. Nope.
He started walking. He started walking like after, like before he did the dismissing. Like at least he would have. Maybe he says it quickly enough.
Leave.
All right. Sid is gonna swing by his lab before he goes. Before we go back to the circle.
Okay.
I am going to grab from my vial of acid supply. I'm going to grab 3 vials. He's grabbing not from the supply he brought with him, but from his supply here in the lab since he's here. And he's going to bring those with him to give to the people there. I guess it's 4 people. I'll still just bring 3.
Okay.
Let me double check.
Arthur is still annoyed that he couldn't talk.
Yeah, Arthur, as soon as you leave his office, you're able to speak freely again.
Because he was thinking about flipping him off.
Somehow I don't think he's going to be bugged by that all that much either.
I was going to do it with fireflies.
Oh, nice. Cool.
If you want, you can.
No, I'm alright. Like I said, he said pineapples already.
Captain doesn't use safe words. But yeah.
So I will go ahead and grab 4.
Perfect.
So that'll be 56 that he has back in the lab now. Does anybody else want to do something before we leave? Because, I mean, well, while we're in the lab, I'll actually say another real quick stop before we head back. If you guys don't have any issues with it.
Okay.
Whatever.
Where are you going?
When he gets to the teleportation circle, instead of saying, I forgot the name of the city
Arlock
that we were,
Keep.
Arlock Keep. Instead of saying Arlock Keep, he's gonna say Millstone.
Oh, okay.
Going to the source.
Okay.
Nice. I think Centurion and him stay there, primarily because Centurion has several questions that kind of need to talk for a bit. So I'm not going to spend.
That's cool if you guys want to.
Myself. No,
Yeah,
I'm not going to spend 10 minutes talking to myself. So I'll just essentially, yeah. As they're walking down,
give him the tour.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're just talking as you give him the tour or something like that.
Yeah. But as they're walking, he's walking down, kind of like showing him everything. He does ask him, more in depth about what he believes in, all this other stuff. He asks about, essentially the deity, the dark side, the dark one, And by the way, where is Mother Basina?
Mother Basina is with the children. In what is now known as the chapel, though it's not really a chapel. She's kind of taken
South,
over. Right? Yeah, over there on the east side of the map, in that little lodging area. She has.
I can't see it. That's why.
Yeah, she has kind of taken over, taking care of the children and teaching them the ways of Saloon.
So as they're walking, he's kind of not really paying attention to his questions, answering here and there. He's just kind of fascinated with the world around him, how it feels to still be in this, like I said, ocean of magic. I guess as they're getting closer and closer to that chapel, he stops him and he said, "Do you see that?" And at first he didn't understand. He was like, "Look at it, really look at it." And it's almost like we can almost see like an aura around that area. He said, "I don't know what they believe in. I don't know what your friend back there believes in. She can believe in anything she wants if she keeps looking that way. But that doesn't make it any less that what we believe in, or what I partially believe in, or what you fully believe in. It's all supposed to be, like you said, balanced. But I think you're mistaking balance for sacrifice." Before he moves on and starts to kind of like chattering with the people again. And that's kind of like pretty much it. They just keep talking, getting to know more about places, any questions that they have that they ask each other, until they do make it close to where the kids are so he can see Mel again.
You do see Mel. Mel is running around outside, kind of causing a little bit of chaos as she riles up the other kids, much to the dismay of Mother Basina, who is trying to get them to calm down and come back inside. But she's laughing and actually having a really good time.
The Centurion will definitely smile. He won't try and interact too much because you said Mother Basina's trying to get their attention.
Yeah, she's trying to almost wrangle Mel back inside, because Mel is definitely the ringleader here in these kids running around trying to avoid Mother Basina's reach.
So I think, because they're children, they're just kids. I think Arthur would, and he sees Mother Basina, right? He, actually, give me 1 second. Let me roll for this. Is he going to worry about the children, or is he going to try and get that Mother Basina? Let me see.
Get that Mother Basina.
That Mother Basina. This is going to be great.
I don't think this will...
So he struts on over to Mother Basina.
Sorry.
And he just gives her his best smolder and just, "Hey, how's it going?"
Hey, how's it going? Man.
Hey, you come here often?
She doesn't really look at you. She is still focused on gathering up these children, but you do hear her say, "Sir, if you are here for Mass, you are about 2 hours too early. Please come back later." And she continues to chase around Mel.
She obviously didn't see the horns, so he's like, right, church and the holy stuff and whatnot. He keeps trying to get her attention, I kind of like trying to sell himself like a little hooker. Does she look up at all or notice him at all?
No. But you do get the attention of someone.
Oh boy.
And it is this little kid. This little
Oh, for a
kid
sec.
with
Okay.
black and white hair.
I thought you were gonna
Who
bring up
Oh, is it a
Dopey.
boy?
Who just slowly reaches up and kind of tugs at your shirt.
He kind of just looks down.
Um,
What are you?
I'm a human. But you're not from around here, are you?
Kind of like looks around, does like the. Did anyone else see this kid? Sort of deal. No. I'm about 5 feet up.
Yeah, the magic is different around you.
He looks at the kid's eyes. He focuses on them. Does he notice anything? It's like he's trying to see like the way he saw Centurion.
So in this little boy's like violet eyes, you do see these little wisps of silver as he's staring intently at you.
Does Arthur recognize it?
No.
He tries something. He keeps smiling, and he's trying to send the boy a little message, like a little whisper that says, "How curious." Does the little boy do anything?
The boy just smiles before it's actually Mel that calls out to him.
I'm assuming he runs off to Mel.
Yeah. She runs off, or he runs off to Mel, and Mel is scolding him for talking to strangers.
Arthur looks at Mother Messina and the kids again, because they're all wrangling. And he attempts to also get their attention. Have her stop following Mel. I'm not sure if it'll work, or maybe it'll just like have their attention. He summoned a whole bunch of butterflies just out of his sleeves. Sorry, fireflies.
Roll me a
Fireflies.
performance check.
An unnatural 20.
Yeah, it's not hard to grab these kids' attention. They almost all stop in their tracks, and you see all of them kind of interact with these fireflies in different ways. You see Mel trying to get one of them to land on her finger. You see Ven pull out one of his daggers and try to use them as target practice. You see Hayden, the one that came up to you, just kind of staring at them curiously. And he's not really looking at them directly, but kind of more around them. But they're all kind of just transfixed by these fireflies. Mother Messina uses this as an opportunity to grab Mel by her arm and start dragging her back inside.
Arthur kind of laughs because that it almost brings nostalgia. It's kind of nice the way that ended too with the song.
Anything else you'd like to do, Arthur?
It kind of like before she goes in. You kind of like sigh, like a nice content sort of sigh. Before he just, yeah. I'd probably still hit that nun. And then walks away.
Oh, man. Does she hear it?
She does not. She is inside with Mel.
That's probably for the best for him.
Sidian, you go to Millstone. What would you like to do there?
I admit I'm a little bit interested to see how he'll be welcome back. Actually, I also, like, I think we talked a bit about this in the in-between, but, like, things are, like, people moved back here to, like, actually supply food. Okay,
yes.
Yeah. Are things actually, like, doing pretty good here?
They are starting to get better. It would be a bit of a stretch to say that things are going well, but
Fair.
They are starting to get some sort of resemblance of what life was like before Lust invaded back. Definitely still a lot smaller of a community.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna ask and check in if they have a... You know what? Actually, no, I think I will kind of, like, just explain the situation. Like, there are some people that are needing food because I think that they might be a lot more receptive to the truth of the situation. And, like, certain commanders.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm also gonna try and find. I forget all the characters. I'm gonna, like, the names, but I'm gonna, like, try and find, like, the couple that we met last time and, like, try and ask them. I assume they're leaders in the community. I don't know that for certain though, because I don't know how things went afterwards. Persuasion.
Yes, please.
Ooh, 21. And again, I also stress I don't need, like, a ton of food, just, like, enough to get them through a couple extra nights.
So with that, you don't find the couple, but you do find the woman's father. Remember?
Right.
Who offers to give you some supplies. It's not a lot, but he is sympathetic to the reason why you're doing this. So he gives you a bit of meat, probably enough for 4 people for maybe about 3 days, and a couple bits of already made cheese and bread, probably that just enough to last maybe 1 day.
Okay.
It's not a lot, but it should help.
I very much thank you. This is very generous of you. And you'll be all right through the coming harvest?
Well, things are starting to turn around, so we should
Glad
be
to hear
fine.
it. They'll appreciate this a lot. And yeah, I will thank him, and I will head back to the keep, Arlock Keep. I remembered it this time. Hooray!
Nice.
Yeah.
I am assuming Arthur and Centurion, do you guys eventually head back as well?
Yeah, they kind of, make a circle pack pretty much back around.
Perfect. So, we will leave it here with everyone returning back to the tavern, meeting up after their adventures, and we will pick up with that next week.
Cool.
Yeah. That'll be it for tonight, because it is time
All
to
right.
I got
That's
work
fair.
tomorrow. Yeah.
That's also fair.
Okay.
Everybody got to do
At
it.
Mother
Well, it's
Messina.
been good to hear your guys' voices.
Yeah.
Next
Hopefully see you
time.
guys Wednesday.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that went well. That was
Mhm.
kept that pretty condensed.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy about that. That
Mm-hmm.
is just relegated to the one session.
Yeah, I was
This
trying
was
to
awesome.
make sure I knocked this out because I was like, oh god, this has the potential to drag on for a while. Let's not do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody got the memo. And yeah, that worked well.
Well, perfect.
Oh yeah. I love the fact that it took us someone telling us that, hey, you're gonna try and save these 4 people, while the thing that caused this to happen is still doing it.
And on a meta level, like Sid is obviously he's like, I mean, he wants to go behind his back and all that, but like, also it's ignoring the people in front of you for the people like just the general good, which again you don't want to ignore. But like, just like the ends justify the means mentality, he does not jive with, at least in this situation. Maybe in other situations, I don't know.
I took it more of like,
I think to be fair,
It's also like,
Arthur did ask or did question that to begin with. He's like, hey,
yeah.
maybe these are connected.
Well, also there's the situation of like, oh, this like we had a full session today, but like this is probably like time wise, like how much time has actually passed is probably like one of the shorter sessions that we've had.
Yeah.
It's like
oh
probably
yeah.
was only like an hour, maybe 2, but I could also see it being more like a half hour.
I don't know how long it would take to hunt and go do that stuff, but yeah, it could have been like maybe only a few hours.
Well, like I would also say that like probably the scavengers and the hunters probably had the longer end of things. They probably were in like the 2, 3, maybe 4 hours, and we'll probably like rest before we leave the city. And we could probably just go through the teleportation circle. That probably would just be better, or at least test it to see if that's going to be safe.
Yeah.
Should be like our policy.
We all
Maybe I
take
could do that to
care.
Congress.
It's been good to hear your voices.
Yeah.
Get some
Yeah.
good sleep, everybody. Y'all deserve it.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Have a good one.
Good night.
Guys, bye.
See you guys around.